Hey, listeners. My name is Elisha, the founder of the Witnesses podcast. It's so beautiful to have you listening to our podcast. And I want you to know something that means a whole lot to me. Thank you for tuning in. And one thing I love to tell all of our listeners is it's not just about you listening, but listening to understand. Understanding is the most important thing. So important. So you have to listen, learn, and practice. Thank you so very much and happy listening.
I yawn. I don't know if I got it correctly. Please correct me. Yahne, okay. Hi, Yahne. It's so nice to have you on the show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Where I'm living at right now, it's pretty cold, but I'm doing well.
Oh,
How are you?
I can see you're putting on. I get it. Okay, that's so good. All right, so Yahne, oftentimes I love to talk about the essence of this show, which is to invite amazing guests like Yahne to come talk to us about their triumphant stories. Because we believe that in our audience, there might be some people that are stuck up in a situation that you came out of triumphantly. So those people listening to you speak, they might actually pick some information from your words, get it, that might lead to their transformation. So it's all about transforming the audience lives, get it. So it's all about transformation, transformation, transformation. It means a whole lot. Okay, Yane, let us get started with your story, the challenges that you faced, and how you overcame them. Then afterwards, I've got some beautiful questions for you. Okay, Yane, over to you.
Yeah, so the challenges I faced started when I was younger. I didn't really have a good fit in life. I had to overcome a lot of things, and couple of things was that I had a dad who was, or I should say, a father figure in my life who was and emotionally, mentally abusive, and also sexually abusive. So I had to go through that challenge of just trying to find my identity and trying to overcome that challenge. I was a very aggressive kid because of it. My mom wasn't really that supportive when I was younger either. She mentally and emotionally abused me as well. So my self-esteem was very low when I was little because I was born into this world or birthed into this world with two parents who really wasn't doing the emotional support that I needed to grow in a healthy and peaceful mindset. In school, that transferred in school, I was bullied a lot. I didn't really have a lot of friends, so my social skills when I was younger was very low and poor. Like I said, I was very aggressive. So anytime I would have friends around me, it was either I had trust issues because I didn't know who to trust, or I was just very aggressive and angry child. Like why this is happening to me? So I didn't really want no friends when I started getting them. However, I went to this mentorship program around high school, college, where I actually got settled and stable in my school. But prior to that, I was in school once a year. Then I would transfer out and go to a different school. So my whole life wasn't stable. So it took up until me going to high school um, to get stable and start building friends and building a network of a support system that I can utilize to grow and transform my mindset. When I started going to this mentorship program, I found out through helping them that I was using the pain that I was going through and the wisdom that I acquired by going through those challenges. I was helping them by using that technique, and I started finding my purpose and my confidence. And I started growing as an individual because now I'm seeing that the pain of being abused or the pain of just suffering mentally and emotionally, I saw that that's growing someone because now this is an individual who don't feel lost or isolated or unsupported because they have, a friend in me or a mentor in me that they can look towards to that light at the end of the tunnel because that's what I was for them. And then after that, I went into college. I was still aggressive and angry child because I didn't deal with any of my trauma. I just kept moving on and on and on because there was no one there to pause things for me, because life don't pause anything. Life just continues on, and you just have to move with the blow of life. So it took until college for me to do my own therapy, and really seek some transformation within myself. On top of graduating, I was about to quit. I was about to drop out of college because it was that much, a lot for me to deal with, my own personal issues, along with trying to finish college. So I was getting ready to quit, but there was one thing in college that stopped me from doing that, and that was myself. I had to do a lot of self talk, a lot of building up my own confidence. And once I did that, that's when I graduated with a 3.0, which I'm very happy about, because some can't say they can graduate. So there was small steps along the way that built my confidence up. And then in 2022, I created a business called Relentless Phoenix that is about helping everyone cultivate emotional resilience and mental clarity to be your best self in life and overcome those barriers and adversities. And here I am being a life coach and a keynote speaker and eventually a podcaster. So just to keep shine a light to that you can do it and be your authentic self and love yourself no matter what.
Beautiful. That's very good. I love that. I love it when people get to discover their purpose in life and they go after it, standing to help others. I really like it. That's so good. All right, Yahne, shall we dive into the questions? Okay, so what
Yes.
does empowerment mean to you? And how do you empower yourself and others? Got that?
Yeah, and yeah, empowerment, meaning believing in yourself no matter what. That's what empowerment means. You could be your worst friend or you can be your best friend. And I'd rather be my best friend. So I have to be my own support system. Even when there's no one around me, I have to give my own confidence. I have to pat myself on the back. And some of the skills that I give myself and I offer wisdom to others is those small steps. Small steps build confidence, and when you start seeing that you're banging out those small steps, or you're checking those small steps off, you start getting those confidence. You start getting the momentum that you can do everything. You start believing in yourself. Meditation, affirmations, rest. In order to empower yourself from this life, you do need your self care. You do need to rest. You do need to take a moment away from life to get yourself organized so you can face it again. So meditation, affirmations, small goals, and rest.
Got that. Okay, let us talk about your mental health and well-being for a moment. So, how has spirituality impacted your mental health and well-being?
Yeah. My spirituality. So before I started transitioning full to spirituality, I was religious at one point. And that was during my crisis when I was just trying to find myself, and it didn't sit well with me religiously. So when I transferred over to spirituality, I found a better peace within myself. I found that I can internally look towards my own salvation and forgive myself more, and just really truly love myself regardless of what flaws I have or what mistakes I made in my life, and really give myself grace through it all. So spirituality definitely helped and was one of those pivotal moments when I started realizing what spirituality is, that I released all the toxicity that was inside my body from being angry and aggressive. I like I said, I found that internal peace, and I love myself more now than I did before because I had that internal peace. And I wouldn't trade that in the world, but I do give spirituality, my spiritual awakeness, I would give that all the credit to where I'm at now, because without believing in myself and being very spiritual, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't know where I would be at. So spirituality definitely helped me find my peace and my wholesome.
Hmm, hmm, I got that. Okay, we still have some questions here, Yahne. All right, so this says, what are some common misconceptions about emotional resilience in the face of adversity?
Yeah, yeah, I got it. So Common misconceptions. The misconception would be that it's easy to have emotional resilience. It's not easy at all to have emotional resilience, especially in the face of adversity. It's really not. We believe that emotional resilience is all about keep going and never stopping, and that's one thing. Also, the misconception that's not true at all. Resilience has something to do with not giving up, but we're not saying that we have to quit. So if it takes a moment for you to sit down and rest your feet, or sit down and pat yourself in the back from doing something that was really hard, that's resilience. Getting back up, never quitting, is resilience. Saying that it's easy to get back up is not. I am a key witness to that. Sometimes I do have to lay in bed and cry maybe for 2 days because life just knocked me off my behind. You know what I mean? So it definitely the misconception is that it's easy to keep getting back up, and it's not at all. It's once you're in the practice of it, it is easy because you're like, here's another obstacle that I have to face. I already overcame the worst of the obstacles I thought I didn't have to face. So it becomes easier to manage it, but it's not easy to actually deal with it. But emotional resilience is needed because you don't want your life circumstances to overcome you. You want to overcome your life circumstances.
Okay, so the second to the last question, Yahne, how can one balance personal emotional resilience with the needs of others they love?
Yes. So one thing is understanding your boundaries. That's your first thing. You want to do for others, and you want to be there for others, and sometimes they can be trying. Sometimes they can test your patience. Sometimes they can test your grace that you have for them because you love them. So having those boundaries there when you're going through something with someone is definitely beneficial. And it is a balance, a good give and take, depending if that individual is not overstepping or using you because you're there for them. So have emotional resilience is all about how much you're willing to, I won't say sacrifice, but when you love, you kind of do in a way because you want their happiness, but at the same time you need your happiness as well. So it's definitely a balance between the two, and that's where resilience coming in at is having your boundaries, knowing where they stand with you, where you stand with them, and then finding that middle ground so you both can.
Beautiful, beautiful. That was a great answer. I love that. Okay, Yahne,
Thank you.
yeah. In conclusion, it has been a beautiful moment. I've got to learn some certain things about resilience and all of that. Okay, so let's say there is one piece of advice you'd like to give to the audience. What would that be? And let's say there are someone listening right now who would love to learn more about what you do, reach out to you, and how can that be possible?
Yeah. So one piece of advice I would give anyone is that we all have purpose. You may be 50 years old trying to find where you fit into this world, and it may reach when you're 51. Or you found your passion early, but you felt as though you wouldn't be able to be supported with it. Your purpose is not for everyone; it's only for you. So whatever you love, go for it, and go for it with like tomorrow is not going to be here. That's how you have to go for your passion, your identity, because at the end of the day, when everything is closed and the lights is turned off, you only have yourself to look at. And you want to be happy with whatever you look at when you look into the mirror. So if your purpose is for you, you're gonna know it, and I want you to honor it. So you are meant to be here. You have a purpose, and I love you. And when it comes down to my social medias, you can find me on Facebook, Phoenix by Yahne Sneed. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram, Relentless Phoenix 00. The 00 is for the infinity sign, known as always beginning, never ending. If you want to go on my website, it's yahnesneed.com. That is YAHNESNEED.com.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, Yare, that's gonna be the end of the show. Thank you for your time. Thank you for honoring the invite. It means a whole lot. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in to this incredible episode. Your support means the world to us, and we truly value you. We look forward to having you join us for the next episode. If you enjoyed what you heard, please consider rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts. Your feedback is greatly appreciated.